Reese is a proud sponsor of the Buddy Pough Show.
Welcome back. South Carolina State leading Winston-Salem State 10-0. Coach, what was your attitude toward the players at halftime?
Well, we thought we were playing good. We just weren't scoring enough. We were just shooting ourselves in the foot and doing a lot of silly things. But, you know, at this point, you know, we just need to win the football game.
You get a nice return here from Ricky Young, stepping in front of Dustin DuBose, bringing it back up the field.
Yeah, Rick's old running back playing defense for us. And anytime he gets a chance to get the ball in his hands, he does. There's Will Ford run again.
Good series coming out of the locker room. You keep it for 6 minutes. Travell Jameson helping out, spelling Will Forward.
Yeah, and we get a field goal out of it. We really do need to get it in the end zone. But now Travell Jameson is starting to be a player for us, so that's fun to watch him develop into a good player.
We talked earlier about Phillip Morris getting a little inside pass there and picking up some good yards. Now you're getting into Winston-Salem State territory.
Right, we're getting pretty deep in our own territory here, in their territory, and you know, Will is trying to find something there. That's not the best of runs, but you know, he gets positive yardage.
And the key, I guess, with this particular series, Coach, is that the clock winds down. You're really controlling their offense is yet to get on the field.
Right. I think we keep the ball for about 6 minutes here, and this gets us down close to that goal line here. This is Bush here with a good catch, Byron Bush with a good catch on a slant route, and we end up getting a field goal out of this. Stephen Grantham makes it.
Stephen Grantham gets the field goal. You feel a little bit better about it. 13-0 now. It's still a 2-score game. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Winston-Salem State, their first crack, and a penalty on the kickoff has them backed up.
Right, and our defensive line starts strong here. James Simmons is getting to be, you know, a really good player. Tony White gets in there and helps us some. And, you know, you always seem to find Marcus James around everything. I think Marcus makes this play here. He grabs him from behind and pulls him back. And, you know, this is just delightful to see these guys, and all of them playing kind of interchangeably up front.
And the kid running the football for Winston-Salem State, Rod Fluellen, used to play at Richland Northeast a few years ago. Really good running back for them. And Marcus James, a kid from Lower Richland High School, punting for Winston-Salem State. Byron Bush, the muff here, and the Rams get it right back.
Yeah, they get a little bit close to him, and Bush drops the ball. And I'm thinking about 2 or 3 plays, Trap Henderson's going to get an interception. He's going to be the happiest guy in the world here.
You start talking about your defense. Is another big play for the defense, and making the play for South Carolina State was Raphael Bush.
Yeah, and Marcus and Trap Henderson get in there, and eventually Raphael Bush gets him down. And then you see Trap Henderson intercept the football. And of course, I think Bush on the sideline is congratulating him more than anybody.
Coach, you start talking about this defense. Every time Winston-Salem State had a chance to threaten, the defense would just take the football back.
It did, and, you know, every time we get a good positive offensive play, the officials would get it back, too, so they called another penalty.
Terrence Smith with the slant over the middle, and that's a big catch and run, and getting the Bulldogs deep in Winston-Salem State territory.
We need a go-to guy at receiver, an outside guy. If Terrence Smith could turn into that guy, then it would make this a lot better football team.
If the team that found the other back with Travell Jameson, but a big pick here. Thought you had Smith in the end zone. Winston-Salem State comes back with the not only the interception, but the return. But check out the effort on the part of your Bulldog players.
This is a bad play for us, and it turns into one of the great effort plays I've seen all year. Terrence is down almost at the back of the end zone, and Cleve gets him slowed down. You know, we got Will Ford just hustling. So it's fun to see those guys do all they can to make sure that we don't give up a score.
The defense trying to keep them out of the end zone, doing their best, but it takes a perfect play almost to get it into the end zone.
It does. Terrence Allen is closed on him right there and doesn't quite get him. And Phillip Adams, you see him throwing his hand there. He just barely missed that football, and they end up getting a score.
All right, 2:43 to go in the third. It's a 1-score game now, 13-7, and I was a little nervous, Coach. I know folks are a little concerned now with the game being as close as it is.
Well, I wasn't nervous at all. You know, we've just gotten to the point where we were only up by 6, and you know, that just made it interesting so that we can go ahead and keep the fans in the stands for the whole game.
Cleve on the option play, picking up some good yardage as we go into the fourth quarter now. South Carolina State clinging to a 6-point lead. But the Bulldog offense having to turn it back over, but the defense, great punt, gets them pinned deep in their own territory. And again, the defense now forcing Winston-Salem State to eventually turn this football back over.
You didn't see Aaron Hare's punt, but Aaron had only 1 punt all night, and it was from 46 yards, and he pinned them down inside their 5-yard line. And you see our defense run to the ball here. That's Tony White and Bailey Brinson. These guys are playing really good football.
That punt set up the field position, and the Bulldogs come back. Cleve fumbling the snap, but able to get it off. That was a 3rd down play to Matt Washington.
That was a low snap, and Cleve just seems to be best at his best when things go, you know, haywire. It makes a nice play for us there. There's Will Ford run again, and we end up going for a field goal here. And one of our young linemen let a guy through, and Tell you what, you know, I'm not worried, but, you know, it's, you know, this is getting to be a little bit hairy here now.
You're getting into the fourth quarter. Winston-Salem State, again, poor field position. It's up to your defense now to help you. They get a big run here and get some breathing room.
Right. This is scary in the fact that, you know, it looks like they're starting to, you know, make a little bit of a dent in our defense. And they get 2 decent runs here in a row and, you know, get the ball out to about the 30-some-odd yard line.
Jed Bonds with the run there. You see Bailey Brinson trying to pull the football free, and the defense, again, trying to make it happen to get the football back for its offense. And here comes the defense now. And
this is when we get to playing, and this is what's really exciting. The fact that our guys just said, no, we're not giving up anymore. And these defensive linemen really get after him here and get a little twist stunt there. X almost gets him. You know, Sam Chester and Matt Key come around and make a sack. It's just a really good play.
Bulldogs turn it back over to the offense, and Will Ford not going to be denied this time.
Will has got a good run here. Wish he could have stayed in bounds here, but we end up getting this down and into the end zone, I think.
You give the ball to Travell James, and again, his strong inside running. It is tough to turn him away.
Good inside run there, and he drives it down to about the 3 or 4 yard line. We make a play or two, and then we finally get back into our goal line formation. We didn't really have enough backs during the week to practice this thing very much. That's why we didn't use it, but, you know, we were able to get that in the end zone, and boy, you know, was that a big play.
You look at the stats for South Carolina State, 25 first downs to 12. 493 yards of total offense. Penalties we haven't talked about, but certainly that was not a good thing for us.
We had the same officiating crew this week that we had at Bethune-Cookman, and I hope I don't see those guys anytime soon again.
All right, the Farm Bureau drive of the game for South Carolina State occurred early in the game, Coach, on the very first possession. It was only a 2-play drive, but certainly 2 of the players who play so much of a factor in our offense. Cleve McCoy to Will Ford first.
Nice job by our offensive staff to those guys design a nice couple plays here. You know, we go with a stretch play, and then we come with the zone play. I mean, with the option pass play off of that play. And we hit a big ball here to Terrence Smith, and he puts it in the end zone for 6.
71 yards on the play. The drive of the game, the Farm Bureau drive of the game, South Carolina State on Saturday night against Winston-Salem State. Back with what's up next for the Bulldogs after this timeout.
Our hometown.
By the way, I heard about that wreck the other day.
Yeah, it happened right out there. You know, your world can change in an instant if you're not prepared. I'm just glad help arrived quickly and everyone's okay.
Man, I can't believe that happened to your family.
Oh, well, in a way they are my family. I'm their Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Coach, guide,